Morning. It's Monday, November 13th, and this might be a day that lives in infamy, because on Thursday, Congress recessed, and they went home for the weekend. And what do you think has to get done while they're on recess? We have to have a budget, and they're waiting to the last possible minute to come up with a budget. And we have Mike Johnson, who's the Speaker of the House, and he's a 4-term congressman, but he's not a very experienced guy. I don't know how many good jobs he's had in Congress or how many important committees he's been on or whatever it is. But in my mind, he's a rank amateur. And so he has come up with a plan, which nobody seems to agree on, right? He's come up with a plan to create a budget for the United States. And it's not a real solid plan. It's a 2-part plan. He plans to split the budgeting process into 2 pieces right now. Maybe it'll be 3 pieces. Maybe it'll be 4 pieces. I don't think there's any rules and regulations about this important deal, about how to create the budget for Congress. So under his plan, he's going to have 2 parts. So Johnson told his Republican lawmakers on a conference call on Saturday morning that he's moving forward with a 2-step government funding plan in what he described as a laddered CR, or continuing resolution. And that's what the sources told ABC News. And notably, in this discussion, funding for Israel, the Ukraine, and border security are not attached to the must-pass legislation. Those are issues they're going to deal with later. Who knows when that will be? The 2-step continuing resolution is a necessary bill to place House Republicans in the best position to fight for conservative victories. That's what he declared. The bill will stop the absurd holiday season omnibus tradition of massive, loaded-up spending bills introduced right before the Christmas recess. So he thinks that this situation is going to be corrected in this Congress before the Christmas recess. Well, it better be before the Christmas recess, because the country will be in deep shit if it doesn't happen. And he's separating this continuous resolution because he believes that that's the best possible position to fight for fiscal responsibility, oversight over Ukraine aid, and meaningful policy changes at our southern border. He said by separating his bill from other things, these good things will happen. Well, I have news for him. Good things will happen when Congress stays in the office and gets things done and stops nitpicking each other to death. When you have hardcore people on the right and hardcore people on the left who are not prepared to compromise, it's very difficult to be the speaker and manage that. There are many of his compatriots who don't think this is going to work. They think that this methodology that he's approaching is a bit complicated. Johnson believes that his methodology is going to work, and he's abandoning things that Congress has done in the past, like these short-term spending periods. He's pushing a plan for 2 separate deadlines that will keep different parts of the government functioning. These guys can't get together on one bill. So now you're going to have 2 bills with separate issues enclosed in those bills? You really believe that that's going to get done faster or better? Congress doesn't even have time to work on one bill. They disappear for the weekend. They go on recess. Nothing is important to them. So the text at ABC News is for 2 separate extensions for different chunks of the federal government, 2 weeks apart. So here we are, we're going to set up a set of rules and a set of money for something that ends on January 19th. And then you'll have another piece that ends on February 2nd. So that means that Congress has got to deal with 2 more pieces of legislation at different times. Do you think these clowns in Congress can do that? They have enough trouble dealing with 1 bill. So he's going to make 2 bills. You know, this whole process, this whole budget process is cockeyed anyhow, from the very beginning. This is not a simple matter. I am not saying it is a simple matter. But there's got to be a set of rules and regulations and a working criteria that you can put in place every time you need to have a budget. And there's got to be a team of exceptional individuals that sit down and work on these pieces. It's not the Speaker of the House who can do everything, especially a guy with very little experience. You need a financial wizard. You need somebody who knows how to put the pieces of government together. And a person doesn't even have to be a member of Congress to help them create the budget. Get a great accountant. They'll figure it out. And Johnson has mentioned he has only been on the job for a few weeks, and he wasn't the architect of the mess we're in. Well, schmuck, this is what you signed up for. Don't complain about the fact that you weren't in this job for a couple of weeks. You signed up, you were willing to take this job. You don't complain about the condition. If you didn't want the job, you don't take it. Instead, you complain that I'm in a terrible position. Look at the mess they left me with. That's a load of crap. That's a load of crap. He should be fired if they had the balls to do that. There's a handful of Republicans right now who are skeptical, who don't think that Johnson's proposal is going to go over well to keep the government funded. And I bet you there are many in Congress that are sorry that this guy is the Speaker. And I'm not talking about the Democrats. I'm talking about Republicans. Members of his own party watching this guy in action are probably upset. And 2 Republicans are definitely going to vote against this thing. One of them is Marjorie Taylor Greene, and the other one is Chip Roy. Would the Democrats support it? Who knows? I doubt it, because the Democrats have their own axe to grind. And they would not want Johnson getting any credit for anything that he's done. So I don't believe the Democrats would support anything like this. One thing the Democrats said is they were happy that this bill, these proposals of Johnson's, didn't include any cuts. Let me tell you what I think. I think that Congress's responsibility is to get this bill squared away. I don't think that if this country shuts down because of them, that they should get paid. And I don't think they should get reimbursed for the time that other people are not getting paid. So I think if Congress allows this bill to not get done in time, they should not get any salary until it's straightened out. And they shouldn't get any pay for the time that they were out of work. That's what I think. I think they have a terrific job, and they take advantage of every little thing, and they're not doing the job that they were voted for to do. They are a mess, a universal mess. That's what I have to say about them and their priorities. Have a great day.